G'day guys, Morezy here, and welcome to a 500 subscriber special. Just noticed that I've just gone over 500 and it's really awesome, and I thought I would do something a little bit fun and take you guys for a bit of a trip around some of my worlds. I've got two worlds planned at the moment, and this one is my most recent one, which unfortunately I haven't played on for a little bit, but there's still some cool stuff on here which I'll show you. And as you can see, I've got the shaders mod installed with Sonic's shaders on, and that little guy you can hear is the guy that killed me while I was setting up, and I lost all my good gear, my diamond boots, my infinity bow and all the rest because it all despawned while I was setting up. So not a great start, but let's have a bit of a look around. So this is running on a server that I have, and me and just a couple of friends play on it every so often. Haven't played on it for a little while, as I said, but yeah, there's some cool stuff on here. Let's see, where should we start? So this is my little shack over here, and I've just got all the basics. Here is a map that this is us here, and that's my main base, which we'll have a look at in a sec. So you have a bit of a snoop. I've got a fair few diamonds, a bit of lapis, some good tools, and a whole bunch of junk in here. And let's see, we've got, this is just a bit of playing around with my elevator design to make sure that it worked on a server, which it does. Of course, on this server I don't need an elevator. Over here we've got just an iron farm. An iron farm sort of borderline for me. I built one. I don't know whether I agree with it or not yet, but I did build one, so I've got plenty of iron. There's that one there, and that one there, so plenty of iron going. And we've got yeah, spawner there, and they all spawn up in there. We've got a bunch of villagers up in there. I've turned the sounds off because I had the cows were annoying me. Music and sounds, there we go. Sounds like we've got a zombie here somewhere too. Wonder where he is. What else have we got? Just some really basic farm here. We got just some cactus because I needed a bunch of dyes. Here we've got just an auto chicken cooker with just a bit of chicken in it. Here we have our portal system. This you can see in one of my old videos. Let me just break all these. Here I was doing a bit of a lag test, but it didn't really work. Yeah, so here we've got portal system. This is from one of my old videos. Nothing flash. It's connected to my main base, which is up there. So that's my stadium donut, and we'll go up there and check it out in a sec. This little guy here is just a temporary mob spawner, and my main mob spawner is at the top there. This idea was to have a floating base, and you access the floating base via the portal system rather than ladders. And yeah, so a good vantage point is from over here, and it looks extra cool with the shaders on. And yeah, so that was the start. As I said, I haven't played on here for a little while, so I got that far, and basically this was going to have big other sections that peel off it to do various things. Like this was the mob spawning section, there was going to be farms and all sorts of other things. There may still be, but at the moment I'm just concentrating on doing tutorials at the moment. But yeah, so this is all the stuff over here. Now let's go back and we'll go up to the donut and take a look. Alright, so here we go, we're just about to head up. So what we do here is we stand in the portal, push the button, portal switches on, and as we go through it switches off, And now we're here in the Nether. I haven't really done much with this yet, but if we go back into the portal, we arrive at the top. So we're right above the ground now. This is the big donut stadium, and this is what it looks like inside. So it took a while to get to this point. All the walls are snow, and the rest of it is quartz, which took forever to get that much quartz. And it's got 3 levels. So this is the main level, and then we can go up the stairs, which are over here, I think. So that's going to be stairways going up here, and this is the top level where there'd be other stairways going off to other areas. And let's see, what have I got? This level was going to be the main control level, so each little area that you see between here is going to have redstone control rooms, such like this one. And we enter like this. Just a little glass sliding door that I made, which is kind of cool. And in this area would be various redstone controls for controlling most of the base. You know, turning lights on and off, running farms, turning farms off, that kind of thing. And what else have we got? So downstairs, this was going to be the storage room. I did have all these lamps set up as a sort of like a cycling lighting system, so it would do a big group of them and it would sort of run around the ring and then come back, but it caused a bit too much lag, so I just turned it all on now. And over here we have the beginnings of the storage room. And the storage room has a whole bunch of storage. Basically, you stand on this pressure plate, glass comes up, and you can access all 3 chests. When you step back, the glass comes back down. And there's all these guys, so there was going to be a lot of storage in here, and would be the same on the other side as well. So let's go back up here, up this bit. And what else do we have? In here was the mob spawner, the main mob spawner, and okay, I've got 3 mob spawners. So there's one down near the ground there, just for my initial one for basic stuff. There's this one here, which was while I was working on all of this stuff here, which you can see. That's pretty cool. Bunch of lapis. That lapis goes all the way around in 2 high rows, which was ages to get. But yeah, as you can see here, we've got a little mob spawner. That's just an ethos style mob spawner, and just collects a bunch of garbage in here while I was working on the rest of it over there. Oh, the sun's going down. Here is the main mob spawner that I had set up, and basically you might see this as familiar from the TNT pump that I made, the video that I made on that. Basically we've got levels that go all the way up here of a piston pusher style, and the piston pusher has little, just like that. So you actually fall off into this little holding chamber. Once they're in there, the idea is that you push a button, and wherever the button is, there it is, and lava comes out, and then a second later the lava goes, well, if I can get there, the lava goes back and the mobs burn and die. And also there was an option to have the blocks push out and suffocate them as well. And in the center here you would have a bit of TNT, which I don't think I have, and the TNT would blow up and kill the mobs in this area. So that's pretty cool. What have I got in here? Just a few little bits. Yeah, so that's sort of that bit. I did start making the TNT pump, and then I sort of ran into some issues. Oh, there you are. And I had to redo it and sort of rework how I was going to do it, and that's where the tutorial came from. Funnily enough, I haven't got to put it on here yet, but that's where it wants to go. Let's see, let's jump back down. So we can just run over here and down here, and that thing upstairs looks pretty cool at night time, so I'll just show you that as well. Yeah, that looks awesome, especially with the shaders, makes it look really cool. There's a spider over there. 2 spiders. I'll probably die here. I have like no armor on. I'll just kill this guy. Alright. Yeah, so I think that looks pretty awesome up there. And let's go check out the main town center. Okay, here we are at the town center. This is the town hall I was working on. Just a few basic things. The stained glass doesn't look so great in this shaders pack, and it's unfortunate. But this is the original spawn of the world, and I had this building that I was making, and I might have to kill some stuff here. Actually, I might just sleep for a second to get rid of this. Mobs. Yeah, so this is the initial place that I spawned, and oh no! Oh, and I looked at an Enderman. Oh no! Don't get me. No, no, leave me alone. Okay. Yeah, so this is my little town hall thing, and of course there's a skeleton in there as well. So he's not quite finished either. We've got a couple other people have built some stuff here. There's a little tower there, little library, some other cool things, and that's about it for this this place at the moment. I'm considering maybe just restarting this when 1.8 comes out. I haven't played on it for a while, and I don't think many of the guys have played on it much either, so maybe I'll just restart it when 1.8 comes out, make it brand new. And alright, so let's take a look at another place that I've got. Okay, here we are in another server. This is running off the same server as the previous one. This is the old world, and I just had it put back on just to have a look around in. I had to turn the shaders off because it's only running on 500 megabytes of RAM, so it's a bit too choppy for it. I might do a couple shots with the shaders on just to see it. But what we have here, you may have seen this base before in one of my other videos as well. This I spent a fair bit of time on, and it is a pretty big build for me. It did get canned when 1.7, the update that had all the extra biomes came along, because I wanted to start again, so I didn't end up finishing this one either, but it's still pretty cool. So I'm just going to get off my trusty steed and have a look around. As always, I've got a mob spawner up there that I started with a huge ladder that goes up, and I actually was playing around with the portal idea on this server first. So this is, oh dear, run away. I'll probably get, I've got no, do I have a bow? No, no bow. Yeah, I'm just gonna run away. So let's go through here and down here, because that witch will get me. So the first thing you might notice is it's a humongous hole. Yes, it is. It took me a long time to dig out this hole. I actually did most of it by hand, and over a bit of time using that mob spawner. I had to AFK up there a lot. I got a hold of TNT and sort of finished this off with the TNT, and then I built this big thing in the middle. So this base wasn't always this big. It used to be much smaller. This is the original ring that I started digging with, and I've actually what happened is my plan was always to have a mob spawner come down the center, and when I dug out this ring I had started and I was about halfway down, I realized that the ring that I made was even numbers, and I intended, oh hello Mr. Creeper, I intended on having this right in the very center with a one wide hole for the mobs to fall down, just like that. So of course my whole idea was not going to work because this was all even numbers. So the next closest circle I could make without changing it too much was this guy, which was humongous. It was much bigger, and that's what I had to do to get the even number in the middle without changing all of this too much. I did have to change a lot of that, and actually I rebuilt this mob spawner about 3 times just to get it right. So that took an extra long time because this circle is probably twice the area of the original circle. So that's what took so long. When I finally got this built, it's all the way down to bedrock, by the way. When I finally got this built and started building my base down there, I didn't have this glass tube hooked up yet, and the beacon wasn't there either. And I also built this whole base 1 block to the right, which annoyed me even more because then I had to pull all that down and start again because it wasn't centered. So the lesson there is make sure that you are in the right spot when you start building, and then double check it, and then triple check it, and then quadruple check it. So it took a long time just to change that up. By the time I had finished doing all that, I was getting kind of bored of this build and I wanted the new update to come out, so that's why it didn't last very long. Let's take a quick look. It's a little bit messy because I was more working on the form than anything at the time. This is the remnants of a sorting system that I had. Initially this was my storage room, and I had I had 4 corners, and all of this was all chests all the way around. I quickly realized that it was much too small, and so I started to build these little alcoves with more storage because I knew that I'd fill that up really quickly, and actually I did fill it up. This is pretty much all just TNT and mob drops, so I knew I had to do that, so I started building the wings out here. What's in this one? I don't think there's anyone in that yet. I think this was all the wood or something. Yeah, so it was going to be really big. And then up here was going to be a brewing station and a few other things. But yeah, so if we go back down, oh, and that's cool. These pillars were going to go all the way up and hold up the mob spawner. And inside the pillars are redstone torches, groups of, I think there's 4 redstone torches, and the idea was that I was going to be able to control various farms up in the sky by turning on and off different sets of torches. Which one has it in them? I think it's this one, might be. If we go up in here, yeah, so there's, you can see the torches all around here. So they would control stuff up there, and I just push buttons down here. So that would be the idea. Now, what else I have is, what was really interesting is, I started this world about 700 blocks that way, and I mentioned this on my video with this base in it, but I picked this spot because it looked really cool. This was initially all flat green grass, and it actually had some floating islands above there, and I ripped all that out. But when I got down to about this level, I started hearing all these zombies and all these doors being broken, and I realized I was right on top of a stronghold. Just purely by accident. I hadn't even looked for strongholds yet, and I was directly on top of one. So that there is the end portal right there. So that worked out well. And this was going to be my transportation hub, with the Nether portal hooking up to various locations. So let's go back through here. Some cool stuff that I've got. Just the finest food here as well. I don't have any proper food farms, just zombie flesh because I have so much of it. Let's just take a look under here. I've just started, what was this? I think that was a secret base or something, a secret entrance. I had controls in here. What did these controls do? I think that might have controlled the mob spawner or something, but they don't work anymore. But there was a secret little walkway down here, and this was going to be sort of like the maintenance room for the mob spawner. And there's just a basic sorting system here, and this will sort out all bones, all gunpowder, all arrows and zombie flesh, and anything else gets put into here. So there's some cool stuff in there, and I was going to make this all automated so that it would sort it all and move it into the respective chests. So that was what this was all about under here. And if we go back out, let's see, where am I? We'll go. That's right. There was a little button there that you could push to go underneath. Except I don't know where it is anymore. It's been a while since I played this one. As I said, it's pretty old. But yeah, so that was all that stuff. And then over here, I started doing some decorating. But over here, I dug all this out as well, and this was going to be my tree farm. Now let's see if it still works. That would be really interesting. So these ones are, yeah, just a basic piston tree farm, and this, it turns out, is also off-center. So I really had a hard time with my centering, and it really annoyed me. So all of this wiring and everything needs to come out and be redone, and pretty much all of this stuff needs to be moved over by one. So I really was over it by that time. So I won't be making that mistake again. Let's see, what have I got? Can I turn off the weather? Yes. Okay, so let's see if we can get this tree farm to work. The idea was that this would all be undercover. So that's the basement sort of thing, and you'd walk along here, put your saplings in, and when the trees grew, you could come over to here, and I think I need a button. Let's set the button up. So the minecart would go along and trigger all these various tree farms. And it looks like that one's not working, but this one is. So the gravel falls down and gets pushed up, and the tree would go up inside this and get pushed up into a big holding area, and then it switches and this guy comes back down. It's a shame that didn't work. I thought that one would have worked. Maybe I broke something. So that goes down, and when it gets to, excuse me, when it gets down to this point, the dirt block goes back, and then you can replant a sapling and continue. Once that's all done, and you've done it a few times, you come up the side here, and I had a creeper blast here and blew up everything, which was annoying. So at the top, you've got these big, I have no axe, big walls of wood, and as the wood gets harvested, it gets pushed over here. When it reaches this point, it pushes it out. So when you're all good, you've got a big cube of wood that's just here, and you can just hack at it with your axe and not have to worry about going anywhere. Here's an example. This is pushed out a layer, and this one here is pushed out a layer as well. So that's cool. And at that point, I decided I also wanted to try out a 2x2 tree farm, meaning like the jungle trees. So if we go over to here, now this was a bit of a work in progress, so there's not much you can do with it yet. But I had a jungle tree set up in here, and wonder if I can get down without killing myself. Basically there's some dirt in there and you would grow a jungle tree. The idea is that a whole bunch of sand would fall down here and push the tree all the way over this side. And when it got to this side, the wood would be stacked up into another area. Let's see, do I know how to run it? That is a good question. So there's a bunch of redstone-y sort of things here, and let's see if there is a switch here somewhere. I think there's a switch somewhere here. Is that around here? Nope. Give me a second and I'll have a look. Okay, I found it. It's over here. So this wasn't going to be the area that it was, but what happens is once the tree is pushed, the floor will open, because basically you've got sand gets pushed all the way out here and pushes that, so it goes all the way up the top, pushes the tree all the way over to this side where it gets harvested, and then that whole bit there would be full of sand. And to recycle the sand, let me just break these. These hoppers are here to catch any saplings or wood that fall down, and you'd flick this and the floor comes out, the sand falls down, and here is what happens. Do I have any more sand? Sorry, I'm not very well prepared here at the moment. Let me get rid of some of this. Have a shovel? Yes, I do. Good. Okay, put the redstone back. So, when the sand falls down, it is automatically shuffled across. So let's do that. Like that. And this would just keep going, and as you can see here, it would feed the whole row. So imagine this was all filled up with sand here, and it would go all the way up to the top, and you can actually go up really high there. So let me do that. Around here, up there, and it would go all the way back. Oh dear. It would go all the way back around and fill up again at the top, where it can drop down for the next lot. Up there somewhere. So the sand actually travels all the way down here, up multiple levels, up here, up there. It actually goes down through there, I think. Yeah, so down through here, up through here. Here we go. Keeps going up through here. This was a big build as well. Through here, up there. Do I have a ladder there? Yes, I do. All the way up to here. Oh, and up further still. And it looks like it goes up further. And we're nearly at the surface here, but the sand would fill up in this area and then get pushed down the end again. So that was pretty cool. Alright, so we're just down the bottom here. This was another thing I was starting. I happened to be on top of a whole bunch of slime chunks as well as the stronghold, so I had a never-ending amount of slimes, and very often I'd have to come down and kill them so that my mob spawner would work correctly. But what I was planning on was, there's the beacon down the bottom here, and this was all going to be like sort of sewers that were going to be full of chests and all sorts of other cool stuff. And yeah, that was the next part. So yeah, I've just got a full-size beacon there, And up in the top here, there's a big tunnel that I bored all the way through to someone else's place on the server when they joined up, and that was going to be a big rail line. Alright, we're just here in the Nether, and I'm just trying to... oh, past it. Just trying to find my portal to my horse ranch. So, this server was while... when just before horses came out, and to get horses I had to travel pretty far away. In case you guys haven't seen the Nether with these shaders on, I'm just going to put the shaders on for a second. Let's just do Ultra. It looks pretty scary, especially the lava. That's pretty bright. Let's go through here. So yeah, this is a portal out to where I could first find horses, and I just built a simple little horse ranch kind of thing there, which is kind of cool. So we come in here, and there's a little sort of cellar area with some bits and pieces in it, and come up into this. Oh, there we are. We've got a little bedroom up the top here, and there is my horse ranch. So I've got some fences that go all the way around, and this is where I first found the horses spawned naturally. So and there was heaps of them, so I just came out and fenced out the whole area, and this is where I got all my horses from, of which I've killed about 10. So just a cool little area. There's my little horse ranch, nice and simple. And I was going to build some more farms and stuff out here. I built a chicken farm. This was actually part of one of the first videos I made, which was an automatic chicken farm. And basically there's some dispensers under here with torches, and the chicken eggs just get shot out and all the chickens come out here. And it works really well, a little too well even, and I have to come in here and kill the chickens quite regularly. But yeah, cool little mountain in the back there, and yeah, just a nice serene spot away from the big hole that I dug. Alright guys, so that better about do. That's probably all I've got to show you at the moment. I hope you enjoyed this. It was nice for me to come back and see these places. I haven't been on here for quite a while. Just nice to see what I was doing back then. And yeah, hopefully you liked it and enjoyed it. I want to say a big thank you to everyone who's subscribed to me, and I hope that there'll be many more of these subscriber specials coming up. On a side note, I have been considering making a single player Let's Play sort of thing, based mostly around redstone but in single player, and I wanted to see your guys' opinion on it. Hopefully after seeing some of the things I built here, maybe you'd like to see me build some more stuff. Just in case you know, I run out of ideas for redstone stuff, I'd like to have something else where I can think of new ideas, and the best way to think of new ideas is by playing Minecraft. So let me know what you guys think, and once again, thanks a lot for subscribing, and I hope to see you again in another subscriber special. Alright, thanks guys, see ya.